Welcome back to NieR. So, while we resume Kainé's story for the last bit, we also see what's happening while she's experiencing this. There you go. The last flashback will happen while she recovers from her depetrification.
Oh yeah, that's right. We had that incredibly persistent shade.
Yeah, the name of ours. For the sake of not just cutting away and everything, because the fight is very short anyway, I'm just gonna show it again. Unfortunately, of the second half, the Naval Arts is the only shade of which you cannot hear the voice as the player. So it's a bit weird that he feels a bit, left aside.
Alright,
All the other major boss.
Maybe even by Shade standards, he's just a lifeless a mindless monster.
Probably.
or maybe he's a whole
I would
massive, or maybe it's a massive shades all fused into one.
Maybe. I will elaborate a bit more during the credits of NB after this, which will be, I think, in 2 parts from this one.
So with the way these endings go, do you like literally have to replay up to the end each time?
Yeah, but first you can start from the second half already, and the gameplay is exactly the same, but your stats, weapons, and everything just stack up. So essentially, it's easier and easier to play, and you can just keep cutscenes really easily. So you can speed run through it pretty much in like 1 or 2 hours at worst.
Boy, there must be one heck of a super boss at like the final one of these endings for them to have you constantly redo stuff and level up.
Well, you only need to do it once if you're really, or twice if you're really that. If you're not that,
You're lucky and know what you're doing.
No, not lucky, Shiro. You need to get out of your way to having to redo it these multiple times.
Weird, I thought you said that there were 4 different endings.
There are, but 2 of them are connected in a choice, essentially. C and D.
I wonder how you get the 4th one then.
We'll see. All in due time, Joe. Don't worry. The game's almost, the run is almost over anyway.
Remember me as an incredibly persistent shade.
Fuck off.
You made an impression.
You'll remember me to the end!
Alright, and now it's time to experience the last bit of Kainé's memory. The one that's, well, not the most important, but equally important as her grandmother's demise. The encounter.
Alright, let's see this.
Because it's time to
Or
meet
read
also.
this.
We'll have to meet the shade that's possessing currently her arm. Gently, weakly, softly. The shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off toward the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow one final roar.
Am I voicing anyone?
Yes, in a second, Waves, actually.
Okay.
Couldn't kill it. Sorry, Grandma.
Shit sucks, Kainé, I know.
Life's a bitch and then you die.
Couldn't avenge you.
Or live
Shame
forever
beyond
and
imagining.
suffer.
Kainé tried to turn her head to her side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of an arm resting a few feet away.
I've noticed that when characters seem to lose their eyes or have any kind of sight problem, it's always the left.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, that's mine.
She thought with a mad giggle.
This is gonna make clapping a real bitch.
It's you, do it. Oh no,
Said she was giggling, so.
Cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind.
Ha! Finally gonna die.
No, it's still you. It's the voice you... Oh no, actually it was me, but whatever. The point is she's having a hallucination.
Oh, it's Debo.
Finally, well, you had it coming.
The voice of her childhood terror evaporating into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Now that's you, Liz, I think. Yeah,
Hold still.
said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost.
I want to draw you. That way you can live forever.
The apothecary was the villain all along?
No, stop.
Stop. Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here.
I see.
He said quietly.
Well, if that's how you want it.
The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kainé and smiled. She's having an hallucination, in case you don't know.
Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else.
Let me guess, the granny.
It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kainé opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, thousands of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers.
I'm starting to see how Taro thinks. Stop. No. Don't hurt that picture.
Oh jeez. Kainé reached out with her remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. Futilely, sorry.
Futilely.
To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture and to the ground. Her grandmother, as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled and broke into a jolly dance.
See that?
He cried as he danced with his jig.
It's perfect now. She looks just like you.
Who are you, the jackal? I look like that? Oh god. Oh god. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Drowning in despair, Kainé laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for her end to come.
Hope, despair
But no
in
one
your mind.
came. Wait. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice, and it's you, Jova. I'm gonna need your real Metangar voice for this one.
Hell, which one, good or evil voice?
The real one.
Ain't you got a wish, sunshine?
The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity has somehow found a way to take form. Kainé wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work.
You know a wish, like a prayer or something. Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to the heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me! Save me!
Deep Fedora.
God damn it. Even when she's dying, she still needs to get bullied.
Kainé finally resorted to shouting at her voice with her mind.
I don't make wishes. They don't come true for me. This is a Yoko Taro game, so I can never be happy. I'm a curse, a freak.
Can we play a nice happy game after this?
I should be left
we
to
can play
die.
Heads for F.
Well,
No.
right after this, we're playing Spider-Man. 2000.
Spider-Man. The other
That's
voice
good.
boomed in her ears.
How good! You are the best!
Kainé glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond.
You sounded a bit like Zenk right now.
The substance, well, the personality is kind of like that. The substance slowly crept around her feet, and then began moving up toward the rest of the body.
Is this death? Is this what it's like?
And then she
Hallucinations
was
constantly
taken over.
mocking me?
Whoa.
Or is it my mind just losing itself? Maybe it's
She
both.
could feel the slime oozing upward, felt the hot searing pain in it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real.
Oh no, she's being taken over by the Venom symbiote. Come on.
Said the voice.
Let it go.
Kainé tried to ignore the obnoxious popular song and concentrate on the pain, but
Let
a
it
newcomer would have
go.
none of it.
Let it go. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up.
Yeah, we get it, Joe.
Ready to die. So why not let me have it?
You're oh
What?
god. You
Your
what, mate?
body! Come on! Give it to me! Give it to me! I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind!
Welcome
The
to the
voice
sperm
paused.
porno.
As if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy.
And I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people! I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood! Just like before!
What if one of your parents hears you say this, Joe?
In response, Kainé shifted her head and vomited. The worm of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of encroaching black ooze.
Are you a shade?
Yeah, maybe. What of it?
The slime reached her face, crept out past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
That's some.
The moment it
uncomfortable
touched her
imagery.
brain, Kainé was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small whispered moan.
Was
Welcome to
it
the
good
M-rated
for
fanfic of
you?
NieR.
Feels good, don't it?
Asked the voice with a chuckle.
Yeah, what
So
can I say? I know how to please the ladies.
Brilliant.
Now give me that body. Come on, give me the body. And I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade.
If you think this is uncomfortable already, guys, just wait until Drakengard 3. The sex jokes and themes in that game are out the 11.
Oh god, longer and
The black
thicker.
lump began to protrude from Kainé's side as the watch it grew longer and extra thick, eventually taking the form something else. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away.
Stop.
She whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice.
Stop.
The black holes hesitated, as if considering this request, then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke.
How polite. Yeah, what the hell, sunshine?
Screamed the voice.
We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die.
Grandma, Dad, I can't die yet.
Well, your grandma ain't here now.
A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her, and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red.
She went super?
Pedro?
Think to my grandmother. I had to kill it before I
Before I what?
Died.
Before I die.
Kainé glanced down and saw a
keep
mysterious
going on,
pattern,
Pedro.
the pattern of the shades, burn itself into her left arm.
Am I cutting out now?
No.
No,
Okay.
Well, I'll be damned.
said the voice cheerfully.
Look at that, sunshine. I think you and me are gonna be good friends now.
Kainé stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the latter seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now.
Stop. Gotta stop.
So she does have a symbiote on her.
Pretty much. Holding her left arm in her right, Kainé took a deep breath and tried to calm herself.
Come on, don't fight it.
Pleaded the voice.
Hate's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Burst the blood, then go out there and...
Shut up! Shut up and get the hell out of my body.
But it's too cozy in here.
Get the fuck out.
Your body? Oh, that's rich, sunshine. Real rich. Richy rich rich. Well, look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the area would love to see you dead.
Kainé grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side.
It didn't work.
Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kainé screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air.
You know, I'm rather glad we're getting this through a wall of text and not a cutscene, because this would be unbearable.
Stupid idiot girl! You're possessed now, sunshine! There ain't no one going back!
The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go for way too long.
Possessed?
Whispered Kainé.
Yeah, possessed. You and me, we got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now.
Get a load of this.
Yes.
It's
Kainé
no
looked
use.
up, tear in her eyes.
Ah.
The sky seemed smaller somehow.
Oh, wait, I
Darker.
got it.
Pedro?
Because of that shade? Is this how they see the world?
Anarchy, huh? Wait till they get a load of me. So, listen.
Heard the voice.
I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad, kiddo. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you, that big old shade that squashed your granny, we'll wrap them up in their own assholes! You ain't never had a friend like me, bitch! No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain.
Wait,
said Kainé.
you're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade?
What, you think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob?
He has a point.
I don't give a goddamn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well.
Kainé considered this as she struck to her feet, the power of a shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her right arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again.
So, how about it? You and me, we could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want.
Wait. This explains how come she keeps surviving all those stats.
Exactly.
Yeah. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Mother Kainé.
I'll handle the killing.
Screamed the voice.
Look at you go! Oh, Sunshine! We're gonna have some fun! So listen, my name's Tyran. If you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart! Now get to it! The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour. And I like rotten and sour. Goes great with a side of love.
These also explain how she kept bandaged her entire left body because she wanted to hide the fact that it was covered with a shade. Kainé found herself nodding at the voice.
Yeah.
She said.
Yeah, I think this can work.
And when I'm done, oh, god dang it.
Is this? Oh.
Yeah,
when I'm
it's
done,
Kainé.
I'm gonna go the same to you, Tyron. Count on it.
Ha!
Laughed Tyran.
I'm shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body, but if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. Take over this whole operation. So keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back.
Hostile takeover.
The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kainé herself.
So, Shiroi, a spirit who infiltrates one of the characters who
waited
urges
until she
them
was
to
sure the
kill.
voice was gone, then waved a new left arm around a few times.
Feels perfectly normal.
She thought.
It feels like mine.
Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her already had her.
I am not I am Kainé.
Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red stain spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the reap of Lunar tears.
Oh yeah, those.
Though they had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were as bright as ever.
The flowers
Kainé started to
survived.
place in her hair, then slowly lowered the reef and stared at it.
I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. I don't deserve to wear this.
So that's why she keeps it in her hideout near the area.
I'm possessed, corrupt, freak. This time I don't think there's any God.
Holding the flowers to her heart, Kainé fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn, and the people of the area rose for their daily lives, she remained in that position as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world.
The horror.
And that's what was Kainé's backstory. Essentially, essentially, she lost her grandma. Then she was possessed by the shade who was now composing half her body, and it can feel also what she's feeling, emotions and what she's seeing essentially. And essentially, she has to be a killing machine, otherwise it will take over. And we know
kind of what happened.
Exactly.
So that's why she doesn't like hanging out with anyone, because she can't afford to get friendly.
Exactly.
Well, have you had a makeover or something?
I'm just gonna
That's-
include this final bit that we already seen just for the sake of a good transition. Don't worry. And especially because it presents one of the black loading screens, the ones that explain a bit of the lore.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Kainé.
You look like shit.
Nice to see you too.
How long has it been?
5 years.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Please tell me the bill's still on the air. No. Fuck.
And also they canceled the new Invader Zim.
Damn it.
But
And
we
that-
got a new Steven Universe show.
And that's also why she appreciates the fact that Papa NieR gives her the lunar tear that she then keeps in her hair for the rest of the game, because she gets to be reminded of the kindness that she felt from her grandmother.
Also, yes, we do have a new show, but you have to catch it on the right times that it's actually on
It's
air.
nothing like the one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just get more Teen Titans Go episodes.
Thanks.
And there you go.
Popola, we did it. We freed Kainé.
Also, that's also why Devil and Popola wanted to be more on the side of the villagers than Papa NieR, because the Gestalt project had priority over everything, and this was the best course of action they wanted to do. This is one of those games where, when you replayed it a second time, you start thinking, oh, so this was meaning that.
Of course.
Sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kainé saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
Hell, if only we had known back then.
Really, I understand. I mean, look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kainé? I'm used to sleeping outside.
I'm sorry.
We'll see
Though
you
from what
later.
we know, it sounds like Kainé's never truly alone.
That's also what that's also what Papa NieR is reasoning right now, I think. The fact that he didn't consider that Kainé was sleeping outside all the time.
What is the matter?
Kainé always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. How could I have not noticed
Hmm.
that? How selfish am I?
You're taking way too much on your shoulder.
We should turn in.
What? Turn ourselves in? Okay, I did it.
Read between the
What did you
lines,
do?
Papa NieR.
Not that kind of turn in, you imbecile.
That's also why Papa NieR is having these thoughts right now. It's kind of foreshadowing what's gonna happen
They
later
don't
on.
accomplish anything. They did what they said and did what they did for the sake of the village.
And they
For
weren't
the sake of
lying. Go
protecting. Hey, I'm
figure.
monologuing here. For the sake of protecting it. Wait, I wasn't supposed to read that. If Devil and Poplar are to blame, then I am equally at fault. For not stopping a moment to think about Kainé and Emil. Now,
And there you go. The right eye we're talking about is the leader of the Salt monsters that eventually got defeated, but they were one with the Sparkle, the Project Gestalt.
Well, the monster's salty about something.
Exactly. It's due to events that happened in Drakengard, and I'm gonna not explain right now for the sake of not dumping too much information. Anyway, in the next part, which is gonna be a bit longer, we're gonna essentially have kind of like a montage of the things that actually change with each of the major segments in order to get the key.
All right, see you
So
then.
yeah.
See ya.